sun comes out, everybody thinks solar. I know that. And we start thinking about energy savings. But what maybe is energy savings? What are the benefits, maybe both financially, environmentally? What are the ways to do it? Talk a little bit about that.
There's quite a few strategies people can employ, and these aren't moving heaven and earth to make massive changes in your home. A lot of this is very straightforward. And if you think about it, if you could even save $100 a month, that's $1,200 a year. Over a decade, that's $12,000. So these things, if you can affect the small strategies, they really do add up over time. And one of the biggest things is working with the sun. I know it's pretty much a hilarious, kind of a punchline in the Northwest, thinking, yeah, what sun? Well, if you do a few simple things, like if your home has a lot of trees blocking light to the south, up here where we're more focused on keeping a home warm versus in the south where you're focused on keeping it cool. In the south, you'd want the trees to give you free AC, but up here, you want to open up all paths for the sun to warm your home. Mm-hmm. So any southeast, south, or southwest trees, get rid of them. Sorry, that will help.
It's the least green way I've heard of being green, Michael.
Well, or you could target buying a home that does not have those benefits.
All right, you guys want to save some energy? Chop down your trees. There you go. It's like deep thoughts from the old Saturday Night Live skits or something.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, for every benefit, usually there's a bit of a loss or a bit of pain, but the net benefit is there. It is worth doing.
So that's kind of one that maybe a lot of people have never thought of, and that is just opening up natural light in some ways, an actual natural sunlight.
Exactly, and that's what a lot of these strategies I'm going to talk about are. They're more a passive approach than going out and buying, super expensive appliances or a super expensive furnace. Those things matter, but a lot of folks don't have that kind of cash laying around. So if you take some simple strategies like that, reducing that which is blocking the light, or even you can now get Mylar films, or the latest type of blinds have a Mylar film inside them, and they will actually take an R1 or R2 window and boost it to R6 or R7. And as a refresher, R is a heat reflective value. The higher the R number, the better insulation you're getting. So to take a window, which are the main heat loss source in a home, take that R number up to 6 or 7, that's a massive step forward, and that helps all of us.
Tell me some more of these strategies that you find.
One of the best ones to get a home energy audit. Get a professional who's a specialist who can come out, and they will run through your whole home, give it a test drive, and give you the results on just how many things you need to do. Mm-hmm. A couple things they do, and this is great, using the new technology, they'll actually go around the outside of your home on a cold day with infrared sensing, and they can actually see where the heat's escaping. Those simpler techniques are using, like, say, a smoke stick or an incense stick near a window or door to see, okay, is the outside air coming in or is the inside air escaping? But with the infrared sensing, they can go around and go, oh, my goodness, this door is a liability. These French doors are a fiasco, or you're losing heat. Any number of places, mm-hmm. Attic, crawl space, you name it.
Sure. And so really you have just finding out where the air leakage is. What is the problem? That's part of figuring this out.
Yeah, well, let's take, for example, an older home. You have a ton of potential liabilities for heat loss there. One of the biggest is, of course, not having doors and windows sealed. So the door, it's pretty straightforward. You want to get weather stripping. But with a window, sometimes you need to uninstall it and then run a bead of caulk around or put a whole seal or a gasket around there and reinstall it. Mm-hmm. Definitely not cheap, but one of these things that will save over, say, at least owning a home for 4 or 5 years. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Then you can go and attack the whole ductwork in the home. You actually want to seal ductwork, and you don't want to use that duct tape you get in a hardware store. You want to get actual HVAC tape that won't dry out and become brittle over time.
Is duct tape not for ducks anymore? It's for everything but?
Duct tape's just a quick Band-Aid for anything. We all know it's basically keeping something in place till you can drive a little further down the road, or
right.
keep some trim from falling off of, part X, Y, or Z in your house.
Yeah, it's handy though. I didn't even know it wasn't used for ducks anymore. That's funny. Michael Busacca joins us with Skyline Properties. So, Michael, what are some of the other big ones that you see?
You definitely can work with. You can go seek Energy Star light bulbs and appliances. I mean, lights consume about 20% of the electricity in this country, and if you can go get those LED lights or compact fluorescents, go get them. They matter. Here's a
hugely. No, I was going to say, so we have the LEDs in some of our house, and then some of them we have these halogens. And if you look at the numbers on the box, which I think they'll show, the LEDs this will cost $1, and the halogens we have we can't even get. They're in the bathroom and they burn your face basically as you're trying to brush your teeth.
Free tan.
Yeah, and then you look at the package this will cost you $23 a year. We have 3 of them, so all of a sudden I'm going, wait a minute. We have the wrong lights, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I think a lot of us do. I mean, sometimes you get those nice lights that help us fight seasonal affective disorder. They have a lot of output, but at the same time.
I'm sorry, what? Seasonal what? Seasonal defectiveness disorder?
Affective. Well,
what does that mean?
People who get depression from the gloom, from the complete lack of sunlight up here. Yeah, there's just a typical funk.
I thought that was. I didn't know there was actually there's lights for that, specifically.
Absolutely, they fight. Well, the acronym is SAD, seasonal affective disorder. You're cracking me up today. Well, truly, there are light bulbs designed to get full spectrum light during February. Well, think about the average Seattle light. How happy are they in February versus July?
Yeah. It all depends on if the Hawks are still playing into February. We're all pretty happy at that point in time.
Exactly.
I mean, is that an actual thing, or is that a marketing ploy? I mean, I can imagine, hey, don't take the pills anymore. Now we have light bulbs you can just screw in, and that changes everything.
No, it's the real deal.
Legit.
I respect your skepticism. Being skeptical is a very healthy thing. But, I will say this from seat of the pants test. I mean,
you're the happiest dude in February, huh?
I mean, I don't go to a shrink. I don't take Prozac or anything like that. But sometimes in the dark, gloomy months, I can just feel the need for light. And I actually had an array of bright lights in a home I had a while back. And I would occasionally, in February, literally just get up and stare into them. And I could feel my mood elevate. So sure, that's subjective. I know it's hardly a conclusive study. but seat of the pants, it works.
I get it. So Michael, when you start looking at all of these different strategies, and you're working a lot in buying houses and help people sell houses, how important are these in houses that people are out looking for? Can you get a home energy audit, realize that your costs are going to be maybe less, and now all of a sudden maybe you're comfortable affording a little bit more in a home? I mean, do people go that deep into detail, or do you see people maybe figuring out ways to save money on energy so maybe they can afford a slightly nicer home, things of that nature?
Definitely. That's been a trend. It's a trend that hasn't been around very long, but definitely people are starting to realize just how much monthly upkeep matters.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've talked about before about the formula of owning a home. Well, everyone focuses on that principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, your monthly payment. But you forget that, sure, maybe you got a nice low interest rate, but now you have a home that's an energy hog and your savings are gone, just set on fire. And it can be tricky, too, because we all think of older homes as energy liabilities, but you get a lot of homes built in the 70s, even the 80s, that have windows and myriad issues regarding energy loss.
Mm-hmm. So when how many people do you know that, or do you recommend, I suppose, that people do a home energy audit before they buy a house?
Good question. You can bundle that with the inspection when you purchase a home, because you have a regular inspection contingency that has provision, a timeline to do a normal inspection. But after that, it's a negotiable time period, anywhere from 1 to 10 days. After that time period, you can request an additional inspection. So what you might do is have that in that additional 3 to 5 days, go out and have that specialist look at the home.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, it sounds like there's not only a lot of ways to save money and be more energy efficient, but as you say, with the right lights, man, you'd be smiling in February, huh?
Anything to be smiling in February.
No kidding, right? But it makes sense because you look right now and it's just gorgeous out. And I think people are just happier when the sun is out.
No, it's proven that your serotonin levels go up. I mean, sometimes it might sound like some, I don't know, new age hokum or something like that, but no, it's
probably old age. It's like, it's true. Isn't it just like vitamin E comes from the sun? I don't think it's a hokey thing. We all feel it, Michael. We're with you. We will all be behind lights and staring into them by the end of the year. Thanks.